Good morning students and welcome to this video. Today we are going to begin with paper 9th A, that is women's writing. I have already given you some notes on the history and theory of feminism and hope that all those who want to opt for this choice in paper 9th must have gone through those notes. Students, today I am going to start the first topic from this paper, and it's a play, Anowa, by an African women writer, Ata Aidoo. Today we all know feminist fiction has occupied the center stage as the most powerful and characteristic form of literary expression. There are many women writers all over the world who began to voice freely their feelings and experiences. Obviously, they write differently from men, and this is because they write for themselves. They voice for the other half of the world's population who are paradoxically not treated at par with men in almost all the fields and spheres of life. Ata Aidoo is one such writer, and today we are going to study about her and her play Anowa. So let's begin with the biographical sketch of Ata Aidoo. Ata Aidoo was born in a small village in Ghana's central Fenty-speaking region in 1942. Her full name is Christina Emma Ata Aidoo. She was the daughter of Nana Yao Fama and his wife Miami Abasima. Her father was a chief of Abedizi Kiopur, that is located in south central Ghana, and raised as royalty. Though women were not often educated at the time, but Aidoo's father believed that for the development and good of Africa, both women and men should be well educated. And that's why her father had opened the first school in the village, and he was a strong influence on her. Aidoo, at the age of 15, decided that she wanted to be a writer, and within just 4 years, she had achieved that ambition. A famous Ghanaian dramatist, novelist, poet, and short story writer. Aidoo embraces the devices of the African oral tradition in almost all her writings. Her works reflect a feminist and nationalist consciousness that links Africa's social problems and the decline of its oral tradition to past European colonial rule and Africa's present neo-colonial economy. Different aspects of Africa's social history, and particularly the legacy of slavery, are often the subject of Aidoo's work. Another recurring theme is the exploration of the marginalization of educated African women. So this is the introduction or a small biographical sketch of the author, and now we'll just talk about the play Anowa. Now I am giving you a brief introduction of the play. This play Anowa is published in 1970, and it tells the gripping story of its title character, who serves as an allegory for Africa itself. Aidoo was no stranger to Africa's political and societal turmoil, and as a Ghanaian playwright, uses Anowa to interrogate the relationships between men and women, husbands and wives, women and motherhood, the relationship between mothers and daughters, society and the individuals comprising it, and the future encroaching on ancient traditions. Anowa is a challenging play filled with grave questions. It was released to well deserved critical acclaim and has been hailed as a feminist masterpiece. Now, before beginning with the play, I'll just want to tell you about its structure. This play is not in the traditional structure of a play which you have been reading since now till now. It is not divided into acts or scenes, but it begins with the prologue, an introductory note. Then it is divided into three phases. In phase 1, the development of the story, or whatever happens, it begins at Yebi, and the year is 1870s. So the setting is in Yebi in the year 1870s. Then phase 2, the setting is on the highway about 2 years later. And then the phase 3, the big house at Ogua some years later. So the play is divided into three phases: phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3, and there is a prologue at the beginning. Now we'll just discuss about the characters in the play. The main characters in the play, first we are introduced with an old man and old woman. They are also called as being the mouth that eats salt and pepper. Aidoo presents the old man and the old woman as traditional narrators. And they are the interpreters of Anowa's experience. This serves as mediator between performance and audience. Or in a way, they introduce the world of the play to the audience. Then there is a man and a woman, but they don't say a word. Then another important character, the protagonist, the heroine, Anowa, a young woman who grows up. The story is about Anowa only in this play. Kofi Echo, her man who expands. His character develops. Kofi Echo, husband of Anowa. Then Osam, her father who smokes his pipe. Badua, her mother, who complains at the beginning but cries at the end. Then there was a boy, a young slave, about 20 years old. Another character, a girl, a young slave girl. Then we have Panian Na Kakara, a pair of boy twins whose duty it is to fan an empty chair. Besides these, there are some minor characters also. There is a hornblower, other men and women, that includes slaves, messengers, drummers, hailing women, carriers, and townspeople. So, the brief biographical sketch of the author, then a brief introduction of the play, including its structure and setting and characters, we have discussed today. And tomorrow we will discuss or study the story, or I will give you a brief summary of the play. And so for that we will continue tomorrow, and for today that's all. Thank you, students.